ASM artist. Today we are doing another comic book haul, and of course I have other goodies mixed in as well. So we'll start with my local shop today. First off, we have Superman number 10. And I love this cover. I believe this is an Adam Hughes cover. Yes, it is. And this is continuing to tell the tale of Superman's son's adventures in space, where he got aged up quite a bit. And I have been enjoying this arc more than I thought I would. The previous issue, I'm trying to remember what the other version of Superman is called. I forget, but he's like an evil version of Superman. He looks just like him, and there's like a villain syndicate and stuff, but basically Jonathan is stuck there, held against his will, with that Superman pretty much taking out his anger on him. And the main reason for that is because the Lois, he's, I don't know if they're married or whatnot, but basically they're unable to have kids in his universe. So he's bitter that the Superman from Earth had a kid and he didn't. Next we have Detective Comics number 1001. This starts the Arkham Knight story. Well, technically 1000 did, but it was just his appearance in there. And I'm sure you all know of the Arkham Knight from the video game that came out a few years ago. But this is a different version of that Arkham Knight. He's got a sword here. And as we know, based on that game, the person that he turned out to be in that game is someone who is definitely not that character in this universe. So it'll be interesting to see what the payoff is with him. And it's funny because I think a lot of people were let down with the results of the game story, because they were swearing up and down he was a brand new character, and that was for misdirection. So we'll see if they have a similar ace up their sleeve with this or not. Next is The Invaders, number 4. And as you can see here, the cover kind of summarizes the story is really about Namor's character development through the ages. And I mean, all these guys up here, Captain America, him and Winter Soldier together, they've all been war allies, and sometimes like actual side-by-side partners. So it digs into that dichotomy of their life, and or Namor is definitely in a different mindset now, and it kind of sheds the light on why he is how he is. Next we have Damage number 16. And I believe this is the final issue of this series. And it's been pretty good. It's been one of my favorite Age of Heroes books. I'm glad that they tried something with having brand new characters and seeing how it would do. Next is Nightwing number 59. And this, I believe, starts a new arc, or it's the second part. But the most notable thing, Dan Jurgens is now writing Nightwing, which I've been a big fan of all of his Superman stuff from the 90s and even his current stuff he did with, I think it was in Action Comics. So I'm interested to see what he has to offer to Nightwing. I trust him 1,000% with Superman. And he's been around for a while, so I'm sure he knows what he's doing. But it'll be interesting to see him write a character that's not Superman. I think I have these next two reversed. Yes, I do. I'm trying to maintain some mystery by having them face down so you don't see them here. So we have Batman number 68. Nice dark brooding variant cover. regular cover that I saw solicited. I'm not sure if it was the regular cover from the book, but it shows like the superhero, all the women heroes and villains, like pretty much at a strip club or whatever. And Batman's in the corner trying to call Catwoman. So, and I perused this. I haven't read it, but it looks like at some point that does happen in this story. So that's a little weird. It's weird to see sometimes the turns these books have taken. Like you wouldn't think that that's something you would ever see in a comic like this, you know? But yeah, it's like a group of supermen. It's really bizarre. And I'm not sure what to make of that. But this is all part of the Nightmare run. So it's like, you know, Batman having a bad dream about all these ladies oogling Superman. So that's really strange to me. I feel like this recent arc is more filler than anything else. And then same thing, another brooding cover here. This reminds me a lot of the Arkham Origins cover art. Batman 69. I really like the layouts in this one a lot. And this is the last part of the Nightmare arc. So there, he's revisiting them in their like wedding outfits there. But I'm looking forward to reading this issue more than the other one. I really like the music note thing they're doing throughout the book. Really cool. Then we have the Batman Who Laughs number 4. This is the variant cover. And this was the last one they had for it, so I'm glad I got it. So I think this is the first time I've seen Robin in this story arc. Maybe the first time I've ever actually seen Jock draw Robin, honestly. looks like Alfred is trying to subdue Bruce Wayne as the Joker toxin is taking him over. Then since I got like 7 books at that shop, so I got more comic backing boards, like 100 count. And then I found this nice little throttle from Biker Mice from Mars. This is a used figure, but you know, it was just a half off little guy, so nice little piece of 90s nostalgia. So, and it had been in the shop for a month or so, and I just figured since I didn't have that many items there that I would go ahead and pick it up. So I'd love to just randomly find the others of these. And I didn't watch the show a lot when I was a kid, but I definitely liked trying to draw them and stuff when I was a kid. And I was just pretty much into any, heroes who had animal tendencies on them. Obviously, with the bull and everything. And then, stuff like Ninja Turtles and even the SWAT cats and stuff like that. So, hopefully I'll find more of them. Then at half-price books last week, I was able to find Lookouts, and this is by the Penny Arcade creatives here. And I know this is what this takes place in the universe of the tabletop game Ironwood that Mike and Jerry created and worked on it for a long time. And they did, Mike did the cover here. But it's a different creative team for the interior. But this is like the prestige format of the book. And it's just, very rooted in fantasy and a fun watercolor or painted look rather. Just looks like a lot of fun. I haven't read it yet. And then I was surprised by I guess that Doug TeNapel had done a variant cover for the book, so that was a cool little surprise. And then there's like concept art and stuff in the back too. So I don't know if I'd do a reading of this on the channel or not, but it is interesting and I look forward to checking it out for sure. And then my other book that was hopefully I was going to have when I did the video last week was the making of Bigfoot Bill. As you can see, he did some nice stuff here with it too, with having the spotted claws and things like that. And I really, really enjoy this. I love seeing the creative process. And he signed all these too. But I guess he underprinted these by accident. So there's actually a few people who aren't going to get this book, even though they tried to get it. And that was just bad math. He is refunding them and he's getting them a PDF because the printer he's using right now, they're backed up 3 months behind because they're printing yearbooks. And then a nice thing too, this has the origin story of Poseidon, who's the main villain of the Bigfoot Bill universe. And the first story was pretty much about this scuffle with the Mothman, but Poseidon has a larger reach in the story. So, but he did some really beautiful work here. And I'm gonna skip ahead. So yeah, it shows like sketching type things and different stuff he typed up about what was going on inside of his head. And creative stuff here. And you get to see like a little bit of variation on his style. And yeah, like the full process from thumbnails to finished. And I was super happy that this is in here, a bigger image of that picture from the cover. And there's him with his pink hair that he did once, I think when they reached 180,000. I can't remember. And I love the last shot. It's him laying on all the pages of the book. They're very cool. I look forward to more of what he's done. I'm gonna check out his backlog if I can, and continue to support him in the future too. Now I'll hop ahead to the other shop, and you'll see a theme pretty quickly, I'm sure. So first we have Amazing Spider-Man 19, The Hunted. And this is a different artist than has been working on this story, I believe. But it definitely keeps the same tone. Then we have the 19-point HU, ridiculous numbering. I do like this cover by Craig Land. I know people give him static about tracing and stuff. I like how the lizard looks here though. And Bachelot's doing the art on this one. I think he really likes drawing the lizard. Spider-Man City at War number 2. This is the PlayStation game universe. And like I said, I was let down with number 1. It seemed pretty straightforward from the game. So hopefully this will be more than just a rehash of that. So it looks like we have Miles in this one mainly. Or at least it starts that way. Which is good because the Spider-Verse movie definitely made more people aware of him. I know my kids are interested in him, and they are bummed out that he is not a playable character like normally in the Spider-Man game. You can do like a chapter or so with him, but you can't do combat or anything. It's all stealth stuff. Next is the Spider-Man Life Story number 2, the 70s. I really liked the first part. I'm sure the second will do more of the same. Here's a nice action page. There you go. Next is door number 12. This is a War of Realms tie-in. And anytime there's a big event, it's always kind of hard to decipher, without reading multiple books, unfortunately. And they put so much into the event book too, it's kind of hard to remember everything. I believe they implied that Loki had died. Then I got Iron Man number 10. And honestly, I'm surprised they're still kind of in the same arc here. I guess this arc deals more with what's going on in Tony's head, with the VR, and the previous arc was him trying to protect everyone else. So if you look at that, it's kind of zeroed in, but it's weird. It seems like every time I open up the book, I don't see much of a progression. Next is the War of Realms #2. I have been pleased with the art in the first issue, and it looks like the quality continues in this one. So that's good. I think it's the same artist. Then I was able to get the last 2 Turtles pins I needed. And so now I have the whole set of them. And then this pin is actually from Emerald City Comic Con. I forgot to show it off. But they put it in that shop afterwards, but this was supposed to be, well, it premiered at Emerald City, and then the shop got their back stock. So, and this is, the undercover Raphael, which if you read the comics and, watched the original Turtles movie, it plays some nostalgia for you. And it's got a nice finish on it. And I forget what the texture is, but it's a quality pin. Then finally I got the Entertainment Weekly magazine about the Endgame. This just came out today, or technically Friday, so check your local store for it. I plan to at least have this be like landscape for when I review the movie after I see it on the premiere night. There's 6 different covers you can get, and this was the only one I saw for Captain America. But it has a pretty good heft. It kind of goes through all the movies with a little bit of like behind the scenes commentary. And then there's a secondary article that's pretty surprising that I'm not going to discuss here. If I do talk about it, it will be in the review thing that I do. So, but I was surprised by it and what it's implying and things like that. Not sure if it's spoilery or not, but I thought it was odd. But I'm glad I got this. And I'm glad I got the Captain America one, since he's my favorite out of all of them, even though a lot of people really love, Iron Man and stuff. But I gotta stick with my childhood favorite. Alright, that's gonna do it for now. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. check out the Bull #1 on Indiegogo. Digital copy is $3. There's a link below. And you all have a super slumber. Thanks.